the question. Taiwan is beautiful island, just like you may all know, we call it Formosa, but Formosa, some part of the Formosa is not Formosa anymore, but some parts still pretty, attractive. This is the cake in Nan'ao. Yilan, have you ever been to Yilan? Raise your hand. Yilan. So, from Iraq,
yeah.
You have seen this?
Yes, I have been biking there.
Biking?
Yeah.
Well, you're great. So, this is attractive, and the nature beauty attract people's mind, and you may go there solitude to learn or just for your leisure. However, we or everyone, you are facing the challenge when you become mom and dad, bring your younger boy and daughter to some area like national park and state forest. They may say, this is not fun. They still indulge on that. This is what we are challenged. Not only Taiwan, but also Australia, also in other continents. Our next generation are raised by electronics. You couldn't blame them. But as an adult, you have choice. You have choice. You have ability to decide where to bring your children. As a teacher, you have the choice to bring them to meaningful place, not maybe just a small session, but just like I mentioned, just like saving your money in a deposit account, you should gradually save some money. When you see kids are really attracted by fiddler crab, by the mud skipper in the wetland, you will understand, or you are pretty sure you are helping this youngster save some money. I mean, save some potential for their future appropriate stewardship to nature or environment. For the mother in Japan, during the autumn season, bring their daughter to the woods, to the nature farm, to the nature center. I believe this experience, just like a culture, generation will be passed on to the next generation and next generation. So, for a young kid like this, facing the great Pacific Ocean from Taimali, from the beach, I don't know how much money I save for him, but I'm for sure sometime in the future when he needs that kind of money, he will have. For the kids in United States, they also have deserved this opportunity to expose themselves. For the poor middle school student in Taiwan, after the exam and the examination, their teacher are willing to bring them to the study area like this. I should say this is a marvelous teacher. Not only for bringing kids here, she or he overcome the barrier of the whole pressure given by the society. Because more or less, in Taiwan, entrance examination is a very tough challenge for people from 12 to 18. They have to pass high school examination, university entrance examination. So this is our culture. But when I saw this image, I feel very appreciate for the teacher would like to make a choice, giving some opportunity, even a small opportunity to their student. When I saw this image from Australia, I know they are building their citizenship on environmental stewardship. When I saw my kid taking photo on this, I'm saying I'm for sure I'm building his citizenship. When I gave the challenge to the young people to bring them to hiking to the top of Taiwan, 4,000 meters tall Yu Mountain, Jade Mountain, Yushan. I know a 13-year-old are giving this chance to overcome his fear and try to feel achievement. Then, when he grow up, I know I saved something for him. All kids are guiding and leading by adults. And they are learning, just like I mentioned, is comprehensively, not just in the school. They learn everywhere, even from internet. But adult has the responsibility to accompany, to lead the youngster. You may know this young lady. Can you guess the name? Cai Hui Min.
She's not that thin.
Several years ago, we all went to Shenzhen 车站. Okay? We all need to lead, to help the kids. We don't know all this stimulus or learning or exposure to the environment, to nature, to culture. They are independent event, or they are building continuously experience. But somehow, I know all this experience will give some footprint, give some image on their brain. And sooner or later, when they grow up, they will act responsibly toward the community, toward the environment. And this is what I feel very important. What I mean, meaningful environmental learning should come from meaningful life experience. And I may ask you guys, when you grow up, if you have the opportunity, if you have the experience to go out fishing with your dad or your mom, please raise your hand.
Edward.
Fishing. Here? You're lucky because several years ago my son asked me, Dad, please, could we go out fishing in summer? I say, yes, of course. When Dad has time, I always has time. But the trouble is, I do not know where to go fishing in Taipei City. In the polluted water. So we are facing the challenge is our generation polluted. We pollute the environment, and our next generation should face the problem, and they should accept everything from their parent, from that generation. So you probably has other experience, contact with nature, or given you have any impact on your past. And I'm not saying that any kind of contact will become meaningful, but I'm saying that you become a person right now, you should have some kind of past experience to construct, to form your attitude, your value, or even your decision. Your decision to live, to study, to learn. So this is what I feel is very important. And the next class, the next session, I know it's about time for taking a break. And the next session, I'm going to show you how Taiwan's adult trying to work together, I mean environmental educator and forest manager, how to work together to provide some kind of initiative and efforts for helping Taiwan students to have opportunity to access to the natural world. So for most of you, maybe you have this pamphlet. If you do not have, ask the TA to give you one. And you will find some good information on it. And then you can understand how Chinese or Taiwanese students are leading to learn in the natural world. But this is only part of the initiative. I will also provide you some slideshow about how National Taiwan Normal University students, how they learn happily and also to form their environmental attitude through their working and learning in the sustainable campus in Shida. So I will show you two different slides to give you an idea for youngster, for university student. We all need to learn, and how we learn meaningfully and happily, and not learning just for examination. I know knowledge is important, but just like I mentioned, similar to Rachel Carson's idea, knowledge is the seed. Knowledge needs soil to grow, and we all need seeds. It's never too late. It's never too late. And the challenge is how and when you expose yourself to this learning experience. Okay, it's about time. We take a short break. 10 minutes later, we get together again. Okay. It's a nature center we developed and set up the service already 3 years. And actually the place in the past is a national forest recreation area. And currently, Taiwan Forestry Bureau, under the support from academia and the NGO, set up 8 different centers like Dongyanshan. I'm going to show you on slide. And 8 centers. So if you are staying longer in Taiwan to study, maybe you or your friend or your teacher in the future are welcome to choose any one of it to have an experience in Taiwan's forest and Taiwan's learning, but not really forest. I mean, some are close to the city. One in Luodong, which you can take the bus to Yilan, Luodong 林业文化园区 Luodong Forest Cultural Center in Luodong City, downtown. But I'm going to show you the slide is describing about a typical day visit study from elementary school to the woods. And I'm not going to say any other words so that you can enjoy the music and the slides. Just a short slideshow. Okay, this is just a typical one-day visit to the Dongyanshan Nature Center. And in preparing for this change, Taiwan Forestry Bureau has dedicated very much under the guidance from academic partnership with many other universities. And 3 years, we used for actually 4 years, gradually developed the 8 different centers in Taiwan. And now, every year, estimate about 100,000 students and teachers can join this type of experience. So, which I feel is much better than my age when I was a young boy. We may not have this opportunity, but I should share with you my own experience. Even till now, is deeply imprinted on my brain. My relationship with Taida, with National Taiwan University. I grew up very near your university. I studied a very small elementary school, 师院附小, just on the back of your school. So my teacher, every year for a field trip, at that age Taiwan is poor economy. So we do not have money to rent bus. My teacher brought all the kids and hands in hand, and we walk from Xinghai Road, cross the road. At that moment, no Xinghai Road. At that moment, all rice paddy over there. Rice paddy, can you imagine that? Just in front of Starbucks, you know. They are rice paddy. We walk along the small trail and then to Taida and then go to the Department of Zoology. They have huge bone model. The old building. And then have our lunch at Fuyuan. Do you know who Fuyuan? The memorial cemetery of your past president. Okay. So even now, I'm still deeply remember that kind of field trip. Totally different from the field trip now the kids have. And this has raised my concern about we have the ability or responsibility to give opportunity to next generation, meaningful and quality outdoor experience. And this type of image just part of the story in Taiwan to involving young kids to contact with nature. And we are aiming at preparing next generation's environmental citizen. This is a huge challenge, enormous challenge. Maybe need 10 years, 15 years, but we are optimistic about this kind of initiative. But for those people who already enroll in university, how do we do to learn happily and to learn in the real environment? Let me show you the second slide. And after that, we're going to share, every one of us, our life experience in the past with nature. So don't escape from the back door. You have to talk later, not now. Oh, I need to also emphasize a little bit about the slide I just showed you, the past slideshow. Remember a little boy using chopsticks eat sushi? This is one part of the course. What kind of course it is? Before the trip, we are asking every student, you should prepare your own lunch with your mother or dad. The requirement is the least garbage produced. And for most of the students now, they seldom have opportunity to prepare lunch with their parents. And not to mention about to produce less waste. So all the students, they are sharing about how they prepare their lunch box and do not produce any food left over or any trash. And at the end of the field trip, there's a ceremony for them. What kind of ceremony? The teacher specialist will lead a pledge and also appreciation to the God of mountain to let the student appreciate the good weather they have gone through. The breeze, the water, the sunshine, the woods, the plant, everything. So the kids read after the teacher. So this is a totally different experience from where they grow up in the city. And now we are showing the second slides. This one will show how a university convert or transform an old building into a green building, and then involving student to learn, involving community to work together. This is including the whole area, so we call it sustainable campus.
What's the background?
Okay, like this. We collect precipitation. We collect the rainwater. So the whole building transformation into a green building, we using several systems to change the situation. First one is water conservation. So we collect rainwater. So each tank can hold 2 tons of rainwater. So the whole gardens, the whole area, we do not use any drop of tap water to water the plant. We only use rainwater. And also using rainwater to water the rooftop garden, the organic garden. And the second part is the whole building, the whole wastewater discharge, including number 1 and number 2. We all treat it on site using the constructed wetland. Constructed wetland, you know, construct, that means human interfere, using engineering, using plant, all sorts of arrangements. So we are able to treat the wastewater discharge and do not pollute the city water system. And we successfully reach the water pollution control standard. So this is pretty successful. We feel very proud of it. And also this platform has the conservation of energy demonstration. We have PV photovoltaic panel and solar windmill. And also we use this site as a platform to link to community, to neighborhood school, to other university departments. So as you can see, we have adult come here, we have university student come here to take the class. In our university, some 通识 general education, is that right? 通识教育, some 通识教育 general education class student will come, and we also provide for this site for other community event. So this is a platform we think is very attractive for my institute students. They all have to learn how to manage the aquatic system, the plant system. They will have to learn water monitoring. They will have to learn how to interpret, how to teach, how to lead the class. So it's a platform to involving adult and student. And originally I discussed with Professor Zhang any possibility to inviting you guys to visit on site for sustainable campus, but because I'm raising the question too late, so maybe next semester or next year we are going to provide this opportunity. And if you are still in Taida, welcome to come back to see Professor Zhang and I. And now we have 20 minutes left. I think I should stop at this moment, keep on talking, which is driving me crazy. I need to see, I need to know your experience, your past experience. Maybe just a little bit is okay. Maybe we can all share. I know you have lots of experience. Can you share at least some kind of experience with nature? As I mentioned, significant life experience in early childhood, contact with nature, and your family is very influential factors to bring about a citizen's environmental behavior. So I talked with Professor Zhang, and she also raised this interesting idea. So let's just try. Everyone, or if the time is not enough, maybe at least some of the students here may share your past experience when you were young. Tell us something about how do you spend your life in early childhood, linking with nature. Any linkage? What type of linkage? What kinds of linkage? Okay, so we are asking all of you to participate the later sharing session. No test, no grading.
No assignment.
No assignment, just enjoyment to share our experience. You already talked, so I don't ask you first. Any one of you?
Anyone experience of catching butterfly or later on after you?
Well, my name is Wendy. When I was in first school, brought us to a campsite like this.